Queen Camilla's handling King Charles' cancer head-on with a simple three-word phrase. There has been a wide range of responses from members of the British royal family in response to the news that King Charles III and Kate Middleton had been diagnosed with cancer. Initially, it was a challenging situation for Prince William to deal with, which is quite understandable. Because of this, he is now a more capable husband and father. Although Queen Camilla, like the heir to the throne, may have initially struggled to come to terms with the news, she is now resolute in her determination to tackle the cancer battle that the king is facing head-on. Welcome to Royal Pancakes. If you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe and click the notifications bell, so you don't miss any news about the British monarchy. The expression onwards and upwards is central to the manner in which Queen Camilla is coping with the news that her husband has been diagnosed with cancer, as reported by Rebecca English of the Daily Mail. The author of the English piece stated, after a momentary wobble, she pulled herself together. The 76-year-old individual, who was known for his prolific letter writing, began concluding his communication with the phrase onwards and upwards. There was a clear indication of how she intended to confront this new situation head-on, according to English's description of it. In a statement released on February 5, 2024, Buckingham Palace revealed the king's diagnosis. This came after the monarch had undergone a corrective treatment on January 26, 2024, in order to treat an enlarged prostate. Before confirming her own cancer diagnosis in a video announcement in March 2024, Kate was hospitalized at the same time for stomach surgery. Both of these events occurred simultaneously. As the king gradually increases the number of public appearances he makes after returning to official duties in late April 2024, the treatment he receives, similar to that which the Princess of Wales receives, is ongoing. After that, English continued by stating that Camilla's concern was not because the king's prognosis was particularly terrible, it should be emphasized. Because, on a human level, the prospect of cancer is so genuinely terrible for both patients and their partners. Cancer is a potentially life-threatening disease. At first, Camilla was not concerned about the fact that the king was hospitalized in January 2024 for an enlarged prostate, according to a person who spoke to English. She was quite relaxed when she visited His Majesty in the hospital after he first went in for prostate surgery, they added. He also had surgery on his prostate. Of course, I was concerned, but it was a very typical operational routine. Moreover, there was a considerable amount of laughter that could be heard at his bedside. A few days later, however, the king was informed that he had been diagnosed with cancer. In the moments leading up to the announcement made by the palace, King Charles and Queen Camilla took some time to absorb the information in privacy at Sandringham. A visit to a cancer support centre in London, England, was scheduled to take place on January 31, 2024, but the Queen carried ahead with the visit despite the fact that her husband had begun his own treatment at the time, which was unknown to the rest of the world. Queen Camilla's laid-back demeanour has vanished by this point in time. People had never seen her that frightened in private, a friend claimed. She was always so worried. I want you to temporarily forget who they are. Take a human perspective on the situation. Her cherished husband was dealing with a condition that was really serious. This was the fight of his life. It was a very difficult task. As was the case with Prince William and Kate, the health problems that the royal family was experiencing in 2024 appear to have drawn the king and queen closer together. The phrase "they have always been a team" was spoken by an individual who is familiar with the pair to English. But at this point, it would be impossible to fit a cigarette paper in between them. There has been just one person who has been able to communicate with King Charles throughout the entire crisis, and it is not surprising that it is the Queen. An additional statement made by the insider was that there is really only one voice in the room that he listens to. And that's not the medical professionals. She is the only one who can convince him that he needs to slow down in order to recuperate, and she is the only person who can do so. She is also rather firm when it is necessary for her to be. During the past few months, she has unquestionably put her foot down as much as she possibly could. After a hectic beginning to the summer, which included trooping the colour, a state supper, and the opening of Parliament, King Charles and Queen Camilla are looking forward to some rest and relaxation. As is customary, they will conclude the season by spending some time at the Balmoral estate, which is located in Scotland and belongs to the royal family.